Welcome back to another live session. Friday, last day of trading week. Another big week. We are almost at the end of the week, and this is a live session from Forex Trading Wizard Academy to trade the market on NY session with all the members, subscribers, and as well as the traders. Hope that you guys are ready for a big trading day again. We will be trading the live market, as well as also we will be working on developing the trading psychology, as well as you can see, market is in fact in a very sharp trend. We will be looking for the best trade possible in the market. Now we can see that there was quite a few impulse here on the lower time frame. This is currently Xauusd bullish. We have seen that Gbpjpy we have early was a very successful trade after the first one. Then later we have opened another position and it worked out well. And also I have shared the same trade in the community to the members. I hope that I'm being you guys can see me and hear me on the live chat. Welcome. And can you confirm on the live chat you can hear me? If you guys can hear me, welcome. So if you guys can hear me, yes, thank you. If you can confirm, will be helpful. And also you can smash the like button. Welcome. So I see that gold signal. Yes, this is what we are working on. Gold currently again started to trend back to the upside. Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Now gold is trending back again to the upside, and if you look at here, let's look at first of all daily chart. Now this daily market on gold, we are almost nearly to the end of the week, and you can see the price has just crossed that weekly open and close. We are almost at the end of the week. What kind of price action it is forming? Now there are two complete possible scenario now at the moment on gold, which is, this is the weekly chart. The market may bounce back up again in the major direction of the trend, one possible scenario. The other is the market to reject back again. The way the market structure is formed, for me, I think very highly likely we could see potentially a revert back to the upside. What do you think on gold? Do you think that gold is gonna drop or it's gonna bounce back up? Thank you very much. And I'm going to start a poll here from the weekly perspective. If you guys join the poll, will be helpful. You want to know that what the community is thinking. So what do you think on gold? What do you think on gold? Bounce back to weekly high? The other probable scenario is drop down to weekly low. So which one you think? I have posted a poll. If you guys cast a vote, smash it, hit the vote button and see what's your view on that. And uptrend, so you can cast a vote here to see that what's happening. And now here I'm going to discuss a very important point, right? So from the daily time frame on gold now at the moment, why? Let me delete all of this line. Okay, Let me delete the stream. Not the stream. Let me delete the lines here on the chart. Now, why gold from the daily time frame is so important? Why am I looking at daily time frame? This is very, very important, guys. Keep in mind that. Now, why? Because daily chart is neither a higher time frame nor the lower time frame. Daily time frame is where there is a rejection. Now, whenever I'm looking at the chart, whenever I'm opening the chart, whenever I'm starting my day, I first look at the daily chart. Now, you might not be looking at the daily chart, that's completely fine. But my mentor, who I learned from, he always start with the daily chart. And that's what I learned from when I began almost 10 years ago. Now, it's now not 10 years, it's now 12, 13 years, right? So, what is the significance on that starting with the daily time frame? Now, the significance with that starting with the daily time frame is that when you look at the daily low and high, you can see all the directional bias in the lower time frame, because daily time frame is a reference line. So what you can see here on the daily, this is a very, very interesting price action it has formed in that area. And if you understand this zone here on the daily, you can predict the market. They're saying that if you look at the morning, you can predict the day, right? Because morning, there is a lot of ways to understand how the day will go based on how the morning is being formed. So in this time frame here, what kind of price action it is formed? Now, the price action is in fact a storyteller. Okay, so you know that some people think in a story only. This is how the human brain works. You'll see some people think in terms of pattern, some people think in terms of picture, some people think in terms of story. So this price action is a storyteller. Okay, now what kind of story this price action is telling? Let's understand. That's where you will understand exactly what is happening on the other side. You know, the time of, for example, J.C. Livermore, okay, hundreds of years ago, and when they were trading, they used to go to the pot shop, right? So when there is a people sitting in front of the board where the price is, the chart is drawn on the whiteboard or blackboard, and they're sitting on the table like a you know, that like a school or college, and then they raise hands, they want to go long or short, and they can see what others are doing, right? By looking at the face, looking at their buying behavior, many of the things they can predict. So the same thing now you can't see because it's now on the chart. It's very difficult to see the face of the buyers and sellers, right? Only you can see, we can see each other here. Probably you guys can see, but I can't see most of you. What you're writing that I can see. So, but very interestingly, here, if you are smart enough as a trader, here you have the best information ever, everything, because the market, this chart is a living thing, right? You might say, okay, coach, how can the chart be a living thing? In fact, everything has, if the chart is not living, then how it is moving, right? That's a very reasonable question. Now the chart is a representation of the buyers and sellers activity, and those candlestick pattern, if you know how to read them, then you can predict how the market is moving, what other side the buyers and sellers are doing in the market. So let me tell you that two previous daily candles story, and once you know the story, you can predict the future. Why? You know the famous stories, you see that the famous story, one of them, Beauty and the Beast, right? So in the Beauty and the Beast, the Beauty will never be able to lock down forever with the Beast. There must be someone who will come to rescue. So that's the story, right? That's how it works. Now, if you look at here, okay, there is a story, and that story will tell you what's gonna happen here in the next. So if you look at here, this is the long week on the daily, and here is the second day the market closed here, right? And when the market closed in that area, what happened? The price opened. So the price in that level. And when the price here with this daily, new daily open, the market should be dropping, right? So all those people sold from here and here and here, they are daydreaming for the price to drop here, including myself, right? The price to drop here. Now I was expecting also the price to drop here. But what happened that the market has broken the daily low, and then there is a complete bounce to this high. So all those sellers stop loss has been out, stopped out, including above this high. So what happened is that, and there is a long wick. Now if this green candle has gone here close above, for example like that one here, okay, if this one is closing like that above, okay, then it might be going further to the upside because the bull's still on that. Now this long wick represents that rejection, selling pressure, and this is the ATR of this candle, because whenever you see more than 2 ATR, there is something here, right, that you need to be aware. Now what you can see that the candle has made its move back to the upside and then has got the rejections, which is selling pressure. Now with that selling pressure, the candle close here, there is another one open, and then the market drop here, and there is a long rejection again in the next day. So the back to back two couple, right? It's a couple, black and white, okay, good and evil, something like that, black and white, two pairs, okay. So two long wick rejection has made it equally rejected on both sides with two rejection candle on the both sides. Now because in both direction there has been liquidity grab, right, the market will make a move, and for sure here that move, because liquidity here, liquidity in both direction, the candle has got rejection. Now the question is, why it shouldn't break below here and then to create a new lower low? Instead, now why we are expecting it to go back to the upside? What is the pattern here? That's what we need to look at. If you look at here, the pattern is here. See how the the trend line has been formed here. So we see that there is a series of higher low, right? So you can see that series of higher low and series of higher high. So it's an uptrend. It's a bullish market structure from the daily. So because it grabbed liquidity in both direction, yesterday candle closed back below. Whenever you see this kind of unusual move is where the price prepared for a move. Now today, once the market opened, the smart buyers know that it's gonna bounce here. And that is where the buyers took control today. Now, as it is the weekend, Friday, look at the weekly chart here. What do you see? The candle on the weekly open and close. The market is on the edge, on the verge, on the very critical zone. Now from here, it is still can reject back down here, right, to the support level. That's what we will be looking at to see today what kind of price action it is making. Let's now drop down to the 15-minute chart to see what is happening. This is here a very well organized bull market. In that bull market, in this well organized bull market, we only will be looking for the market to test and then to trend back up, right, like that. Because it's a bull market, we will be looking for here bullish trading opportunity. Now you can see that here this is also 30 minutes price action. The 30 minutes candle is closing with another bullish impulsive move back to the upside. 1 hour chart here also showing that potentially bullish price action. Okay, so with that 30 minutes candlestick pattern close here, 15 minutes as well, we can see it is bull market. So let the market drop here, let the price to break from the structure, and I'm looking at a very well organized market structure here on the 15 minutes where the price is coming for deeper liquidity gap here. And that is where looking at the market to bounce back up. This is the 5-minute chart here. You can see it's a support level, and in that support we can see the price is coming here for another potential retest. So any drop to this support, possibly from the 1 hour support level, this is what I'm looking for, another entry. Are you guys ready with me for that trade potentially coming up on the way? Now looking at the 1 minute and the 15 minutes especially, you see that this is a complete break below to this support level on the lower time frame. Five minutes as well showing this is the 5 minutes candlestick pattern creating another potential bullish impulsive move back to the upside. So you can see the 5 minutes forming a doji. Now would like to see that after this 30 minutes close, the market is coming for another deeper liquidity gap. Here is we can see the market as soon as the open, it made its bounce back to the upside again, so which is showing that possible the market to remain bullish here. So we see that after this breakup structure is trying to move back up. Now here is smart money zone. This is an order block area. In that area we saw the breakup structure and then return back again to the upside here. With that break above, looking at the 4 hour, you can see it's also very sharp bull market. There is a complete imbalance in that area, which is a strongly rising market. We have also opened early trade on Gbpjpy as well. So with that being said here, which is showing that bullish impulsive move back to the upside, and here is 1 minute price action also showing that with this breakout structure, the market is trying to here move again back to the upside with another momentum. So would like to see that this price possibly to break again to this key level. Okay, so currently I will be waiting for another wave of drop here to this 3356 level, and this is the primary level that I'm looking at to see potentially another retest. If it is coming back here, we can look for entry opportunity in this market. So the 5-minute chart, this is a support level. We'll be waiting for breakout structure. Once we see that breakout structure, we can look for an entry. Until that, being patient is the key, while you also look for any trade on Gbpjpy. Gbpjpy, we had a big one early. I also shared in the free Telegram, guys, for all of you, so that you can copy that and you can look at that trade as well on the free Telegram, where the market the trade was open and it's in fact has made its move back to the upside. So currently I'm waiting for another entry. We will be analyzing that one as well here. So this is the 1 hour candlestick pattern. Would like to see that this market is giving us an entry. From the 1 minute chart, we can see that it's creating a bullish impulsive move to the upside. This is the current level that I'd like to see the market to drop 3356 level for any entry. For me to enter, would like to see 3356 level broken at the moment. If the price break below that level or break from the structure, we will be entering into the trade. And one of the best way, as I mentioned earlier, guys, to trade the market is to trade with the trend. Trading with the trend is the most profitable trading system one can ever have. How do you trade with the trend? Always keep in mind that trading with the trend is require you to see the market when it is trending. Now, having a tool also helpful. Now, this indicator I'm using currently to open position some of the time to see that where the market is potentially be trending. Now, to know that, you see that all those trade that I can see with this one is in fact coming up as per the strategy. Now, some of the trade I don't take because when I'm using an indicator, I must use it based on my strategy, because the indicator might give me sometimes good signals, might give me bad signal. For example, this one is a good signal, big one. This one is a good signal, big one. This one is a good signal. 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 This one is a good signal, except this one is a bad signal. Okay, so that might happen, and that is why it is so important that always, guys, this is a buy and sell. By the way, this is a trend following strategy indicator. Now, this is a premium indicator. For those who are in the academy, you can get access to that, and the best way to do that, as I mentioned earlier, is to look for the market is if it is a trending or not trending. If you are using that indicator, some of the members have access, some of the members yet not yet. You can seek to the admin. If you are in the academy, you can ask the admin to give you access to that indicator. Now, one of the best way to find the direction of the trend is from the market structure. I do use indicator to determine the direction of the trend is by using 10 and 20 EMA. So let's look at now how we can use the indicator with the price action 10 and 20 EMA. How many of you use EMS? EMS are very old indicator, but very powerful. I don't use completely EMA as an alert for opening position, but it works. If you know how to use, for example, even you can use Bollinger Band, any strategy works, but EMS are in fact not any very ordinary indicator. EMS will give you how far the price is from the mean value, right? Which is an important point, because if you are experienced trader or who have a very good understanding about the market and trading and investing, that you know that how important it is for the price to be in a true intrinsic value, right? If you look at the market, you see that the price either overbought or oversold. So smart trader, investor are those who can find an asset or the instrument that deviate from the true intrinsic value, okay, and then coming to that true intrinsic value to either to buy or sell, and that's where you can make the best decision to trade the market. Now, how do you find those levels, that where is the true intrinsic value of an asset or instrument? These some of the things that you will never ever be able to understand without proper guidance, and that's where the secret is. So especially when you look at the news coming up, okay, how does the news play a role? We think that the data coming, okay, so looking at today, there is no high impact news as I have looked at, but if you look at those data, you see that this information, guys, will change the you look at the market. See that those data, right? Now we think that this data is all about, this is not all about, okay? Before this data release, the market already made its move. You have nothing to do when the data has come out. Let me tell you why it is and how you can understand it, right? We can understand before the data come, what the data will come. What do I mean by this? You can see the market is breaking from the structure here, which is waiting to see that. Let's wait for the market to show. Okay, you can see the breaking from the structure, right? So I'm going to open position if the market drop here, which we might see the next candle to come down. So the 5 minutes is closing here. There might be another potential candle formation. We'll be going back to that discussion that we had, but we can see there is a possibly a move here. I'm trying to take that. It has got that bounce back again. It's a bull market, so it's sharply moving with a momentum. So this is 30 minutes price action that you can see, and if you look at here, this is 30 minutes price action, and if you look at the 15 minutes price action, also showing that bullish impulsive move. The 5 minutes also showing that bullish impulsive move. And for us to find an entry, we saw there is breakout structure. The market again tested that at key level and then reverted back, so which is an impulsive move back to the upside here. I think it might remain bullish. We see multiple times the price tested that low, and so here okay, here is you can see the market is showing this is 1 minute chart and pretty sharply bull market. 15 minutes price action also showing that bullish impulsive move. So the candle on the 1 minute chart, the market structure has formed and the price has closed above this resistance line. The price has deviated from this trend line, and if we look at here, we can see that move. So this is a very important level that you can see the market is heading back to the upside here. So this is a channel that you can see the price is trying to break above 30 minutes price action. This is the 30 minutes price action, and expecting that the market to drop down here, right? So the 15 minutes candlestick pattern also showing that bullish, and here is what I'm trying to do here, guys, is to enter a trade in the right zone. So good afternoon, I'm gold 3348. Gold is pretty bullish, so if you are on 3348, definitely you are in a very very good position in terms of movement here. And now that being said here, guys, you can see from this level the market is showing a significant potential move back below, and it's creating a structure in that area which most likely to be break to the upside. Now here we may see a pullback. Okay, so it left an imbalance here in that area. It left an imbalance, and that imbalance is important. I'd like to see that it's breaking below here. So this 20 EMA If you look at here, the market tested few times and then returned back again to the upside. So we'd like to see that, yeah, it's coming back below here to this support. And if the market, we can see some rejection, that is important to see that it's deviate from this trend line here. Okay, so for the market to deviate from that trend line, and if it does, then we will be looking to buy from those areas. Here is a very important zone that you can see from the 15 minutes chart, which is we can see a bullish engulfer. Now it's pushing back down. 1 hour chart, 1 hour price action. This is a bull market. The market is in a very crucial level because there is an imbalance here on the higher time frame. So that 30 minutes candlestick pattern that you can see bullish, 15 minutes also bullish, and before the 1 hour close we can expect a drop here. So I'm looking at the multi-time frame to see how the price potentially be heading. Let's wait for that market to see. Okay, so we can see here, would like to see a complete break below. We will be straight going long after the market breaks below here. If it breaks the previous support and also the trend line, both of them. Right, I will be creating a separate lesson how you guys can read those kind of price action to know that exactly when to enter. You see that breaking the trend line as well as breaking a support or a resistance, it's a very powerful trading system, especially when you see that when the market having an uptrend, for example, try to look for entry from the deep on a breakup support trend line with the support level, not resistance breakout, but the support deviation from the support and then preparation for a move back again. So that is where you'll see the market will give you the best probable trade setup. We know that we need to buy from higher high, sell from lower low, but when you see that buying from a breakup structure, that is where you'll see the best trade always coming on your disposal, because when you wait for a breakup structure, and which is also against the trend, right? So for example, here is the trend is up, the market is maintaining that series of higher high and higher low, right? So you could buy from here because it has broken that structure. And many traders, I saw that, you know, plenty of traders do like, okay, candle close above, now we are seeing the retest, let's buy, just to see that it deviate again, it penetrate back below again. But that doesn't work, right? What you need to do here is not candle close above the resistance, but the candle close below the support and then bouncing back. So that's a false breakout. Wait for bigger ATR candle. That's the secret. Not a smaller candle hitting a support, but a bigger candle hitting the support where it's a counterintuitive. That's why trading is so difficult for some, right? And that's why intuition is very important. We take it very, very, we have a very big idea about the intuition, right? We think that, okay, if you are thinking in terms of intuition, that means you are guessing, You don't have rule-based strategy. Only rule-based strategy doesn't work. You need both, combining your experience as well as the rule-based, because the market is a random event. So you never find exactly the same pattern what happened in the past, right now, or in the future in the market. There will be some kind of change, some kind of blend of change. So how can you relate that to the pattern is by using the pattern or the structure along with your experience, or and then what I said, that intuition, that and you see that whenever something feel like, just think second times when you are trading. That is the counterintuitive, right? As I mentioned, when you see that a bigger candle hit that support, we think that bigger candle, so a bigger drop should be dropping down, just to see that it's going back to the upside. Here is the example in front of you with this one here. Look at this red candle. How big is the biggest one in this move, right? Just to see the next one bounce back to the upside. This is almost 2-8-year candle, and where this candle hit that level, exactly to that key area, right? That's what you need to look at. In the past, the same kind of move, bigger move. The second one also the bigger move. But when you see that smaller candle with a liquidity grab at the top hitting those levels, it's not a false break. You see that here, smaller doji building up the pressure just to see it penetrated back to the upside. But when bigger candle hitting that key level, bouncing back to the upside. These are smart money way to look at the market. Smart money system that I'm giving you guys, use it right now with proper risk management. Test it out. Look at the chart. Give some effort in the chart. Watch the live session, and then give yourself some time to study and learn those strategies. That's the key. That's the secret. Now let's look at here. We see that a 1 hour candle close coming in just few minutes, and it's a sharply rising market. It's a strongly bull market here at the moment, and that bull market that you can see, okay, so would like to see that break of structure before the 1 hour close. So you can see potentially a break below here on the lower time frame, because the trend is up. So breaking from this high to this support level is a big opportunity for us to go long on Xauusd. And on the Gbpjpy, we had a big trade, and I'm also looking at Gbpjpy shortly after to see if we have further trading opportunity here. But at the moment, 1 hour candle closing here on Xauusd, which is showing bullish price action. This is the 5 minutes candle. We see the candle closing in few minutes on the 1 hour. And if we want to an entry, as we will see that 4-hour close in another 1 hour candle will be remaining, but this one, it's showing, this is the 1 hour price action closing in 4 minutes time, and in the next 4 minutes, if we see the market breaking below here, we will be looking into the trade. Would like to see that the market is coming down here for another break. Okay, so before the candle close, would like to see here, you can see that break. It's the 1 hour price action again. For us to enter, I'm just looking at to see the best entry possible here is after a trend line break. If we have 2 more 1 minute candle to close before the 1 hour, now it may bounce back up again to create a new higher high or break below here to test this trend line in the next 2 to 3 candles, and that could give us possible entry for another move. So this is the 1 hour price action where the market is showing that possibility to bounce back up here, and so the market is building that pressure here. And if we look at the 1 hour chart, that you can see the market is showing that potentially a bullish market structure in that area where it's trying to build up that pressure, and So what you can see here, the market has just tested this support, and 1 hour candle closed here with a move. Possibly we might see the market to trend back. So we might say potentially a break of structure on the lower time frame. Okay guys, so I'm going to open buy from this level, as just the market has broken this primarily a support here on the 5-minute chart, just crossing that 20 EMA. So you can see the price has crossed that support level, and as it is a sharply bull market, expecting that the market to revert back again in the major direction of the trend. So we can see the price has just crossed that low. This is the 15 minutes price action also, which is just breaking that support. So from here we'll be opening long. The stop loss will be putting the below the support level, which is nearly to 35 pip, and expecting it to revert again to the major direction of the trend. So I'm putting it as a market order for a possible move back to the upside on Xauusd with a stop loss at 3353 level. Stop loss at 3353 level, and expecting it to remain that bullish to the upside, as the market has just tested this support and it's a strongly bull market. So we just tested the support, and so I'm long on Xauusd for this potential move back to the upside. As it is a bull market, so I am long and wanting to see this pushing back again to create a new higher high. So you see that couple of pips up here and 25 pip up. I'm holding on to that, and as soon as you see that the market has made its move back to the upside to the profit target or near to the profit target, we will be closing the position. Now here is the market. What we can see in this area, that the market is in a strongly bullish trend. So I'm still holding on to that, and as there is a break of structure, expecting to go back up to that resistance line again in this market. This is a first trade, and we will be looking for further entry once we see the market is showing significant move here. So as this market is in a bullish trend, once the price managed to cross the high here to 3359 or 3360 level, we can look for bullish entry opportunity in this market, the profit taking, and we can re-enter again once we see the market has made its move back again. So here is the price. As you can see, it crossed that low and getting some reaction back to the upside. I'm still holding on to that, and we may see the market to break above again as there is a break of support here. Expecting it to move back again to the key level. So this is a significantly bullish market. So here the market is forming quite a few long wick candle, and so the market is respecting this 10 EMA, whether you can see the price is showing up in that area from this 10 EMA level. And if you look at the 15 minutes chart here, also it's a bull market, and getting that some reaction back here from the 1 minute after cross of this low. The price is trying to push back here, and the major trend is up, so we can expect the market to continue to back to the upside to the major direction of the trend. So it has formed a bullish market structure again, and would like to see that it's breaking the resistance and then pushing back up to this high here. This is another high here in that area, and so I think the building pressure to the upside is higher. So I'd like to see that it's making its way back to the upside to the major direction of the trend. So here is the market, and I'm up quite a few pip now. In this area, would like to see that the market remaining that bullish structure forming. Okay, so you can see it built that pressure to the upside, and here's the 1 hour chart that you can see that the market to move back up again to create a new higher high in this market. So the 1 minute chart also showing that bullish pattern, and I am running on this trade here on the 1 minute chart, and anytime I might be able to close the trade once the price has made its move back to the upside. And I will give a shout out, guys, once I am closing the position, as it is a bull market. So here's the market trend, and which is potentially breaking to the upside here, and I'll give a shout out if I'm closing that position. I'm still holding on to that. We can see that the market to potentially return to the major direction of the trend. Just trying to create a structure here. 30 minutes. If you look at the 15 minutes here, also it's a bull market. So this is we can see that it's pushing back up, and once we see enough pip reach to the upside, we will be closing the profit. But still I'm running in, as it is showing still that bullish move. The 15 minutes candlestick pattern is where you can see that it's the sellers trying to sell, but it's a strongly bull market. Some profit taking has moved that price little back below, but it's pushing back again to the upside, and that's what I'm looking at for another bounce back to the upside. So you see that bullish market structure is being formed here, and most likely expecting it to break above. So with one more bounce to the upside here, once the price managed to break above, we'll be closing the position here. Bullish market, and okay, so the 15 minutes closed as a huge pin bar here, and that is what expecting it to break to the upside. It's trying to bounce, but there is a struggle here a little bit from the buyers. So one more here liquidity trigger. We saw that one more rejection, but that might be just short-term drop here, and expecting it to revert again here in the direction. I'm still holding on to that. It's running in profit, and that trade running in profit, and I'm still holding on to that. And what we could see from here, as there is a multiple liquidity gap to break above to this level, which is this is a structure here. This is a potentially a bullish price action. This kind of market potentially to break above, and once it breaks, it might just have a stronger movement back to the upside. So we are on this trade, holding on to that for a possible breakout, and then to go directly to the near to the profit target, or directly to hit the profit target. But here you can see some short-term move again in that area. Sometimes was just do a little bit of struggle in that area. So that is basically creating a liquidity gap. It's the 5-minute chart, and this 5 minutes price action that you can see from the 30 minutes also forming here from this support level, got the rejection. So you might see that a liquidity candle formation here. So if you guys not sure about what is a liquidity candle is when the market grab liquidity and form across the previous one's low and then close back above with a stronger candlestick pattern, either bullish or bearish. That's what we call the liquidity candle, that has a stronger liquidity from a key level. So there is a so the market is here, the 5 minutes again. Might try to break that low again. So 30 minutes candlestick pattern, we may see another retest of this support before it get closed candle. Now 30 minutes candlestick pattern closing here, and So what I think, 30 minutes might go up and cross that high. That's what it might be forming from the 30 minutes. The price to go back up here and then to close above this level. So 15 minutes also, after this pin bar, the price is trying to move back to the upside. This is the 5 minutes price action, and again looking at the 1 minute here. So in the 1 minute you can see there is another breakup structure and creating a circular market structure. We might see double doji in this area. Most likely we could see this market to before the 4-hour close to build up another momentum back to the upside. So our entry was below this level. Now this is the 1 minute price action. There has been significant support test. Let's see that how the market is trying to create that structure. We have seen the price has tested this low. Okay, now you might try to move back again. There's a 30 minutes close coming, and 30 minutes close is important because if we see the market closing on the 30 minutes as a stronger rejection here, we may see that after the candle close the price again to return back again in the direction of the trend. So the 15 minutes also, there is another long wick rejection here on the 15 minutes time frame, and especially the 30 minutes that you can see. Let's wait to see how the 30 minutes is closing. 30 minutes close could be a bullish liquidity candle formation. If that is the price action, then the next one to reject back again. So you may see here an inverted head and shoulder and then bounce back to the upside before the candle close. Okay, so this is potentially bullish price action here on the 30 minutes time frame. And so from the 1 minute again, we can see here there is an inverted head and shoulder that you can see, and with this inverted head and shoulder, the market potentially to bounce back to the upside here. And 30 minutes, as I mentioned earlier, it might close as a bullish liquidity candle. So if it is closing as a bullish liquidity candle, we may see the market to continue to bounce back to the upside here. So we are running on trade and running in profit, and I think now the market potentially prepared for this breakout that we are waiting for, and 30 minutes candle closing, which is in 3 minutes time, and that's where the market for possibly to have another bounce. Now it gained enough momentum because it penetrated key level of support, so that's what giving it a momentum for possibly to break that local resistance line here in that area. Now the price action is showing bullish, and I'm still holding on to that trade for this potential target to the upside. So looking at this 30 minutes candle close in few minutes, right? So the market structure is bullish, so expecting it to break to the above here for another bounce. So here is again, it's just drop again to the support level. This is the market sometime struggles. So here is the price again, got that rejection back below. Is it forming a head and shoulder here? So another it has tested this support many times here, so it's putting pressure on the support, and ultimately it tested this order block here, and with this test of this order block, it just has dropped back to our entry level. So let's wait to see what kind of market structure is forming from this order block. So there is a 15 minutes 20 EMA retest, and okay, so it penetrated that key level of support, and now the market is possibly to continue to trend as they just tested the 20 EMA from the 15 minutes. I think this candle was a pure liquidity grab again. So with the 15 minutes 20 EMA testing, the market built up that pressure. So this is the 1 minute price action where with a bullish impulsive back here, it was a consolidation here, and the price almost dropped to that support level. So you can see the market has made this is the 30 minutes that we can see the price has tested this support, and here is what we can see the market from the 15 minutes. This is pretty sharp drop here, and with that drop, what we can expect here for this market to there is a doji, and the price has penetrated back below. Now it has penetrated a very important support level. Now from this support, we could see that the market to build back to the upside to the major direction, or to continue to trend. Let's see that what kind of price action it is forming. It's on the weekend, and so after back-to-back 3 rejection, the market is on the 4-hour support level, and 4-hour candle closing in 19 minutes time. So we are seeing that 15 minutes closing here with this is a complete break to this key level of support, and at the moment we see that some rejection back coming in this market. So what we can see, delete those lines here to understand the overall market direction here, with a bigger bullish impulse from the 4-hour, a bullish engulfer followed by a doji, which is potentially a long-term trend continuation pattern, where if we look at the 1-hour, that we can see the market in this lower time frame has made significant break below. So the price on the support, there is an order block here, which is the neckline, previous resistance and support. Now from this level, as there is a big drop here to this order block, from this order block we can expect it to bounce, or we may see the reversal. That's what looking at the moment in this area. This is the 1-minute chart here, and we can see that the pressure building up to the upside for a possible move back in this market. And is waiting to see that the market is showing that long-term directional bias. Now the price closing above the 20 EMA is also important milestone in terms of price action, because if this price closing above 20 EMA, which is after a long time the price has tested the 20 EMA, so potentially to be a continuation pattern where the trend is up. So we can see that the price is trying to build up that bullish pressure to the upside, and there's a key level here also you can see. Now this is a sharply bullish market. So if we look at here, we can see that it's a very strongly bull market, and I think that the price to potentially continue to trend back to the major direction, though here we can see some liquidity grab in this area. Welcome. And okay, so here it's after crossing this 20 and 10 EMA, it's trying to again to trend back down. We might even see the 30 minutes 20 EMA retest, and if it is building up an inverted head and shoulder here and then pushing back up, that could be one probability that the market to remain in the direction of the trend. Here I'm still waiting to see what kind of price action it is trying to form before we look for any entry. You can see some rejection in that area on the lower time frame, which might lead that price to go back up. And because here the only way we can trade is to trade in the direction of the trend, and once the market started to trend back again in the major direction, that is where we can look for any entry. So here forming series of higher low. If you guys look at it, you can see it's forming series of higher low, and there is a bullish engulfer here in that area with this bullish engulfer doji, and the bullish engulfer with a bearish engulfer here, and you can see it's pushing that price back again to the upside in that area. And okay, here is this is a very crucial zone here. So if the market breaking to the upside here, we may see trend continuation. If it reject from here, we might see the market to break even below this structure. Now there's a 4-hour close coming in 10 minutes time. This is the 1-hour price action where to see if this market is continuing to the upside or coming down here. So it's still maintaining a series of higher low. So 15 minutes closing also nearly, and the sellers couldn't break the low. Instead, you can see some bullish price action is coming up here, and that bullish price action is showing that the price to move back up here to create a new higher high. So looking at analyzing the lower time frame here, you can see it is forming a structure that expecting it to break above as the trend is up. So which is bullish, potentially a bullish price action in this area. Today is the last day of trading week, and that is where the market is creating a new structure. So we are seeing that it's trying to weak fill. And before the 4-hour close, creating a bullish candlestick pattern as expected. And if this market is going up to fill that zone, so with another 30 minutes candle close and also the 4-hour close on gold, expecting it to possibly to revert back again in the direction of the trend. So, and that is where there is a 20 EMA retest on the 15 minutes. This is possibly a bullish price action, and with this bullish price action, wanting to see the market trend again going back up here to create a new higher high. So looking at the 5 minutes here, that you can see, would like to see the price is building up the pressure in that area and then continuing to the direction of the trend, unless it wants to form a reversal pattern before the market close here. And what is going up is likely to go up. The way the market structure is built is a strongly bull market. So Now 1 minute price action again here. After this bullish candle, it's quite a few smaller candle, which is possibly an impulse, and the correction, we can expect another impulse to the upside in this market. Now for us to enter, as I mentioned earlier, once we see that potentially a trend continuation pattern is being built, we can look for an entry in this market. So here is the 4-hour candle, a bullish engulfer followed by a bullish doji, which is possibly a bullish trend continuation in this market. So with this 15 minutes candlestick pattern close, this 15 minutes candle is we can see that bullish price action here, cross the 20 MA and form a higher low, which is closing also as a bullish doji. With this close, expecting it to continue to trend back here, though in the last moment it's closing as a red doji, but we can see that there is a rejection as soon as the candle close, which is the 4-hour close here, and that rejection to give a potential uptrend continuation. So this is, if you look at here, you can see the market tested the 10 EMA, and which is a bullish trend continuation pattern. And that bullish market structure that we can see is possibly to continue to bounce back to the upside. Now it's weekend, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live session here. I will still be waiting for a trade setup as we are progressing through the NOI session, and because of the time shortage I have to end this session, and I'll see you again in the next live coming up next week, guys. This week was an incredible in our live session that you have seen, and coming up next week, waiting for another big trading week. I hope to see you, all of you there again, trading live together. And this week, thumbs up, guys, and I'll see you again trading there. Until that, stay well, stay happy.